Welcome back to Tenacious Horror, where the shadows breathe, the walls listen, and the truth is always far more disturbing than anything we could invent. Tonight, I'm bringing you 5 terrifying true stories, real encounters, real witnesses, and real moments where ordinary people brushed against something they were never meant to see. These aren't legends. These aren't campfire tales. These are the stories people only share once, because speaking them aloud feels like inviting something back in. Sodom Thelites. Settle in, and remember the scariest things are the ones that actually happened. Let's begin. I lived alone in a small terrace house in Derby. It was old, creaky, and the kind of place where every sound echoed. For months, I kept hearing soft thumps above my bedroom at night. I told myself it was pigeons or the wind or the pipes. But one night around 2:30 a.m., I heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, crossing the ceiling. I froze. The next morning, I pulled down the loft ladder. A wave of cold air hit me, dust everywhere. Except for a clear path of footprints leading to the far corner. And there, behind a stack of old boxes, was a sleeping bag, a half-eaten sandwich, and a phone charger plugged into my extension lead. Someone had been living above me. Police later told me the man had probably been there for weeks, maybe longer. They never caught him. But the worst part, the officer said, he wasn't breaking in, he had a key. A lorry driver on the M1 reported this in 2018. He was driving southbound near Leicester when he saw a woman standing on the hard shoulder, waving frantically. He pulled over, thinking she'd been in an accident. But when he stepped out, she was gone. No cars, no footprints, no movement. He walked a few meters down the road, calling out to her. Nothing. When he got back into his cab, his dashcam was still recording. And in the playback, he saw her clearly. A woman in a torn white dress, standing inches from his passenger window, staring directly into the camera. Police later told him that stretch of road was where a woman had been killed in a hit-and-run in 1993. Her killer was never found. A couple in Manchester had a newborn and used a baby monitor with audio and night vision. One night around 1 a.m., the mother heard whispering through the speaker. Not the baby, not crying, whispering. She checked the camera feed. The cot was empty. Panicked, she ran upstairs only to find the baby sleeping peacefully. The whispering continued. She turned the volume up. A man's voice said, "Don't worry, I'm watching him." They unplugged the monitor, but the whispering didn't stop. It continued for another 6 seconds, even with the device completely powered off. The manufacturer later confirmed the monitor had no battery, no backup power, and no way to transmit audio once unplugged. The couple moved out within the month. Petrol station attendant in Sheffield worked the night shift. Around 3:45 a.m., a man walked in wearing a hoodie and gloves. Nothing unusual for winter, but the attendant noticed something strange. The man never spoke, he never blinked, he just stared. After a full minute of silence, the man placed a single £1 coin on the counter and walked out. The attendant checked the CCTV to report the suspicious behavior. The man never appeared on camera, not entering, not leaving, not inside the shop, but the £1 coin was still on the counter. Police dismissed it as a glitch. The attendant quit 2 days later. A family was staying at a remote caravan site in Wales. No neighbors, no staff overnight, just open fields and forest. At 2 a.m., someone knocked on their caravan door, 3 slow knocks. The father looked through the window, nobody there. Then the knocking came again, this time from the opposite side of the caravan. He stepped outside with a torch. Silence, empty fields. As he turned to go back inside, he heard it again, 3 knocks now coming from the roof. He shone the torch upward. Nothing. The next morning, they found muddy handprints on the roof, small like a child's, but the site manager confirmed no families with children were staying there, and the nearest house was 6 miles away. If you're still here, if you made it through all 5 stories, then you already know the truth. The world is far stranger and far darker than we like to admit. Somewhere out there, someone is still hearing footsteps in their loft. Someone is still replaying dashcam footage they wish they'd never seen. Someone is still wondering who whispered through a dead baby monitor. And someone is still knocking on caravan doors in the middle of the night. If you enjoyed tonight's descent into the real and the horrifying, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. It helps the channel grow, and it lets me keep bringing you the stories that bite back. Until next time, keep your doors locked, your lights low, and your eyes open, because the next true scary story might be yours. Good night.